Should we start off in North London, though? Like, this was the kind of glamour fixture of the weekend, I guess. It wasn't that surprising in the end that Spurs switched to the back three for it. It was like something that we thought they might do before the game, and probably they watched the Sunderland match and thought, hey, we can do that. It did not work. And their approach was quite bizarre. They were keeping the wing backs deep, and it was a pretty static back line for a lot of the time, wouldn't you say?
And then obviously their first goal comes from like a million miles out at 3-0 down or whatever, without even a single shot anywhere near the box. So there's absolutely nothing from them going forward, which is not good. But even like you say, like even the basics of like the defending stuff, like at least push out a bit to release some pressure. Don't let Arsenal do whatever the hell they want. But good from Arsenal. I think we have to give them credit as well. I think in previous seasons, certainly coming up against this kind of a low block, even if a team isn't doing much going forward, you would see them get stuck in that U circulation death spiral. And I think what I've noticed now is when they start, and that happened, I would say, in like the first 10-15 minutes of this game. But what I've noticed now is when that starts to happen, they react and they start to add some more fluidity in the side, introduce some more rotations. So, I mean, we've spoken about the fullback roles before and how that's often the way you see just how much attacking intent Arsenal want to show. And I think Timber is a player you want to watch in these kind of situations, because when they get stuck in that U, he starts to push up more, kind of goes alongside Saka, even pushes up inside, and just adds another body in the front line, adds another passing option to go forward. But obviously there's other rotations here as well. I mean, the two midfielders moved around a fair bit, but obviously the key was Merino and Eze. Merino, I mean, he's actually a good like all-round striker. He's not even just a guy to lump the ball into the box to. Like, he'll actually even do like false nine stuff, which is crazy. For his kind of movement, the timing of his arrivals into like the central regions to get those shots, and the finishes, the way he kind of got rid of the ball on either foot and put it past the keeper, all excellent. So yeah, really good performance from Arsenal.
I almost thought this was a game where Arsenal benefited from not having like a real striker, as it were, in that it was like, okay, well, all these guys are comfortable in the midfield and all these guys are comfortable in the front line. And so you had Saka sometimes at number 9. He's there before the first goal. You have Eza going there. You have Marino going there. And that ability to rotate, everybody clearly understood that it's like, it wasn't about position, it was about roles. So somebody goes forward to push the defensive line back. Somebody drops into the hole. The wide guys and the midfielders really try and make these diagonal darts. And whoever's in each role, it's dangerous. But I agree that like Spurs' whole thing is like, we have a bunch of midfielders who cannot do anything, but they can like hack away at you. They're like little terrier types who are going to like close you down really quickly if you're in the middle. And so there were long stretches, especially, at the beginning of the game. Eza is just like not in the game at all. But then as soon as play was slightly broken, so obviously for the chance he creates, it's a transition. For his goal, it's a like second phase ball win from Rice, right?
Yeah.
Like then suddenly there's just this huge area vacated in front of the back line because they were playing so deep, and Palhinha and Bentancur were getting pulled out wide to try and double team guys like Saka. And so then there was no space on the guy playing the ball. And there were these smart runs that were being made between the wing back and the centre back. Like there were points where Danso was getting drawn out by Calafiori. Calafiori was kind of pushing high up. And Trossard was just running into that space again and again and again. And I thought, they want to go man to man. Like you might as well just let them go man to man in this game. But when like Mikel Merino, who is a very smooth player on the ball, but he's not exactly like the most nimble guy in the world. He gets on the ball and turns around and has a little look and clips a ball through the middle. And it's almost identical to a chance you've already given up. Then I do think like this is pretty shocking. And I was looking at this game in the second half and I thought, man, if Odegaard was playing, because when you talk about Timber's one of those guys who read the game and like understand what is needed. Timber's probably the best game reader of Arsenal's defenders, I think. If you'd had a guy like Odegaard in this game, I just think it could have been a real bloodbath. Eza, though, for Arsenal, seems to be exactly what they hoped he'd be. Like only 5 players in the league are taking more shots than him so far this season. And Arsenal are leading the league as well in shots coming from other shot attempts. So, rebounds, spills, deflections. The willingness to take those imperfect efforts, it seems like that is giving Arsenal a level of unpredictability, or can give Arsenal a level of unpredictability. This Eza performance is kind of the first time we've really seen it kind of explode. But that feels like it's helping the Arsenal attack add a new dimension, I'd